You're listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast, a show by personal trainers for personal trainers. It's time to become a better trainer, get more clients, and change more lives.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast here at Fitness Mentors. My name is Alex Cartmill, one of the coaches here at Fitness Mentors, and today we are going to be talking about 3 reasons why your personal training clients are leaving you. This is a really important topic because it's one thing to be a really good marketer and sales and being able to get personal training clients through the door. With that being said, if you're constantly relying on new people who are coming through the door to fuel your business or your practice or whatever it may be, it's going to be very challenging to sustain a business in the long term. So today we want to talk about how can you keep your clients in the long term so you don't have to constantly rely on bringing new clients through the door. So reason number 1 that your personal training clients are leaving you is that you have not managed their expectations appropriately. This is a really, really powerful piece to keep in mind, and it starts on day 1 or even before of your relationship with a new client. And so what do I mean by managing their expectations appropriately? Well, your clients are going to judge their experience of their time with you based on what they expected before they came in. And so I like to highlight this point with a story of a client that I wouldn't say it was a failure by any means, but it was a really good learning experience for me very, very early in my career, probably my 2nd or 3rd client that I ever had. It was a woman just in the general population who I was working with, and I did not create expectations around when I'm going to be reviewing her program, how often I'm going to be doing that, how often I'm going to make updates to her program, how often I'm going to change the exercises. And so we were 4 weeks in, and I was reviewing her program every single week. We had good communication. She seemed to be enjoying it. After the first 4 weeks, I do kind of a big review, a big overhaul of, okay, how did the first 4 weeks go? How are the next 4 weeks going to look? Do we need to change up the entire kind of structure of the program? Can we keep the exercises mostly the same and just keep kind of progressing those? Where are we at? And so I made a thoughtful review at the 4-week point, came to a conclusion that I did not need to tweak a lot of the program. She was still progressing really, really nicely. We can keep with a lot of the same movement patterns and just continue to progress the movements in a certain way for the next 4 weeks. And so at about week 6, she starts to share some unhappiness with me and how she didn't feel that I was looking at her work or making the tweaks that she was expecting me to make, even though I was doing what was right for her and it was from a thoughtful approach. So if only I had at the very beginning managed expectations and said, hey, here's when I'm going to review your program, how often, here's why I might decide to make changes or not decide to make changes. Here's where you can go if you have a question, setting those expectations around communication of if you ever have a question or concern, here's exactly how you go about that. Here's how I'm going to get back to you, whether we're in person. Obviously, you don't have to go over it if you're with them face to face, but if it's online, here's how I'm going to get back to you. Here's how quickly I'm going to get back to you. Here's where to go when you need an answer faster than I can get back to you. And so when they hit one of those barriers, they should already have a plan in place that you have set for them to navigate versus leaving it completely up to them. Because in the story I just shared, I made the right decision by not completely changing her program after the first 4 weeks. And it was a thoughtful decision, but for her, because she didn't know why I was doing it, she didn't understand that I can look at a program and say, we don't need to change the exercises for these 4 weeks. And here's why. And so building these expectations, especially around the processes of what you're going to be doing, how often you're going to assess them, what that all means, just keeping them in the loop, because oftentimes they're looking for that guidance. Their minds are very malleable when it comes to fitness, and it's up to us to shape those appropriate expectations. This should be done on the processy side. It also should be done on the mental strength, emotional side of things. Prep your clients for this is not always going to be easy. You might hit a roadblock where you want to quit. Your weight might go up or down undesirably. What do you do about that? What does that mean? Prep your clients, their expectations for those pieces as well. So it's equally as important for the processes and how you're going to go about things and where they go for help. And also the mental barriers of here's what you might experience that might make you not like this, or that might make you, which, and make it completely normal, which it is. So that's number one. Make sure you're setting expectations appropriately for your clients so that they have a plan to navigate these barriers, or that they are fully kept in the loop and they're leaving nothing up to chance. Point number two, second reason why your clients are leaving you is they are not seeing the results that they're after. This one hopefully goes without saying, but if you're not getting your clients results, especially the results that they came to you wanting a solution for, it's going to be really hard to maintain a full client roster. And so this might mean maybe you need to sharpen up your skills on program design or whatever it may be. But if you find that you're consistently running into those barriers, you're going to need to put a plan in place to correct that. Maybe you need to not work with a specific population because it's not necessarily your passion or your strengths or whatever it may be, but you have to get your clients the results that they're after. And a part of that is understanding the results that they're after. It's probably not enough to say, oh, you want to lose weight? Okay, great. Let's dive in. Let's do it. You should probably go one or two steps deeper than that. Is that really the root of their goal? Is there something else that they're wanting to accomplish? Why are they wanting to achieve this goal? It's really helpful to get a lot of that nuance so that you can show them how they're making progress to, hey, I know you said you wanted to lose weight in addition to living your daily life a little easier, or you want to get up off the floor and not feel exhausted, or whatever it may be. And you can highlight how they're making progress towards that, even if they have a 50-pound weight loss goal and they've only lost 10 pounds so far. Hey, we're making amazing progress. We're not quite at that goal yet. Look at all these other ways that you've made progress that you've shared with me that you want to strive towards. So sometimes it's up to us as the coach to show the clients, hey, look at all this amazing progress you're making, because oftentimes the client will think, I look the exact same, or I haven't lost weight, so nothing is working. And oftentimes that's not the case. So reason number two, your clients are leaving you, is you're not giving them the results that they're after. And a huge part of that is understanding the results that they're after, and also possibly sharpening your skills if you're having trouble in that arena. Third reason that your clients are leaving you is because they aren't having fun. Again, I hope this one goes kind of without saying, but the number one reason that brand new clients leave a trainer is the workouts were too hard too early. They weren't having fun. It's often a common goal of a new coach or experienced coaches to kill their clients, to put their name up on the puke wall, or to say, oh, you were so sore after this workout. Perfect, great, we did our job. One, that's not always the case. And two, especially if you're working with the general population who isn't well versed in the gym or isn't used to really killing themselves in the gym, and it's a new clientele, you really don't want to kill them up front. You don't want to make them as sore as possible. You don't want to make them as out of breath as humanly possible. In fact, oftentimes going that route for new clients results in a disdain towards actually working out. And if our clients don't want to go to the gym and they're like, gosh, I have to go meet Alex again at the freaking gym, I hate my life. Well, that's not a very sustainable approach to keeping these clients around. Even if you're getting them results, there's some clients who will put up with any amount of pain and discomfort to get the results they want. But even that, their longevity is still capped, because if they hate it, it can only last for so long. Especially if you're working with clients where the gym is not their whole life. This is not something that they want to revolve their entire lives around. So make sure you're making the sessions fun. Something we say here at Fitness Mentors is you want to give your clients what they need and what they want. So mostly what they need. A lot of the times exercise isn't always fun or comfortable, and that's obviously completely okay. But you also want to be sure that they're enjoying the process. I have a lot of bodybuilder clients, and sure, we'll do some biceps finishers at the end. Is it the perfect way to end the workout? Could we do something better? Possibly. But the fact that they get a lot of fun with these types of burnouts, it keeps them interested. They like the pump. That in and of itself is worth it. And so definitely consider your clients' enjoyment. Don't make it a goal to just destroy them at all costs and then say you did your job. Give them what they need, but don't forget about what they want as well. So to wrap up, 3 reasons your clients are leaving you. 1, you're not managing their expectations appropriately. They are judging their experience based on what they expected, and there's a disconnect between the reality and what they expected. And so as the coach, we need to fill that gap. 2, they aren't seeing the results that they came to you for. Huge part of this is understanding the nuances of all the results that they came to you for, so that you can show your clients how they're making progress outside of the super obvious things. And then it might require you to sharpen your skills. If you're consistently not getting your clients results, you may have to go back to the books, come to a company like Fitness Mentors and say, hey, I need to educate myself on program design, on fat loss, on muscle building, whatever it may be. And the 3rd reason your client is leaving you, they aren't enjoying themselves. They need to have fun. They need to want to come to the gym to some degree. Not always. It's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be comfortable. Of course, that's okay. But if they always hate the process, it's not sustainable. So be sure that you're considering your client's enjoyment throughout this entire process, as long as they're getting results. Don't sacrifice the results just to be sure they're having fun. Awesome, guys. That is it for us today. Feel free to drop a comment if you're watching the YouTube video, or send us an email, whatever it may be, if we can answer any questions. We hope this helps, and have a great rest of the day and happy training.
As always, thanks for listening to the Certified Personal Trainer Podcast. You can learn more about Fitness Mentors at fitnessmentors.com. Be sure to share this podcast on social media. And remember, we are here to help you succeed.